Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitching with Laura. How's everybody doing? Hope you're all having a great Monday. Well, I had something that came up and I wanted to address it. So today is going to be my version of a tutorial about diamond paintings and the difference between round and square, the difference between opaque and clear plastic, between poured glue and the way they used to make them, and we'll go from there. So first off, diamond paintings used to come in either poured glue, which looks like this. It has a clear covering, or it came with an opaque cover, and I don't know the technical name for this kind of glue, but I'm assuming that it just moves along a thing and they just slap it on, and then it goes on to the next diamond painting and the next diamond painting. Now the problem with these kind of canvases, and we all had it like 5 years ago, less than 5 years ago, they all had an opaque cover. So you'd have, sometimes when you lifted it up, the glue would come up, so you'd have to scratch across here to get the glue to adhere to the canvas. The quality was not really great. And then you'd pull it. Now, problem with this kind of glue is that you can see it gets wrinkles in the canvas. I don't know if you can tell that really well, but there's a wrinkle in this canvas here, and it will pull the glue up, so you will have to go back and forth and scratch this to get the glue to lay down, and sometimes you can get the wrinkles out and sometimes you can't. Now I thought maybe, I don't know if I, whoa, no, it's very sticky. There's an actual wrinkle in the canvas, and some of those will not come out. Then, 2 or 3 years ago, we were ironing these and it still wasn't coming out. Now there's more wrinkles in this paper here than there is actually on the canvas. So what I would take is a piece of deli paper, and you can get them in a box, and 90% of my canvases from that time period have deli paper on them now, because if this sits there, it will cause a complete wrinkle in the glue and the canvas. So, and here's the problem, okay? When you go to order something, it may or may not say that the glue is poured. I don't know if they have initiated that or not. Certainly, this is the mystery diamond painting. Choked on the water. And I wasn't even thinking. But they put an opaque covering on it, so you couldn't tell what the pattern was. I mean, if you could see it at all, and you really can't. It's just the way they did it. You might be able to tell, but not. So there's not much fixing the heavy wrinkles in this, except for maybe I'm putting deli paper on it, and then making sure it's really flat, and putting some books on it and just letting it go, for, I don't know, a month, 2 or 3 weeks. I have no idea how long it would take it to straighten it out. But there are actually more wrinkles in the paper here on top than there are on the diamond painting itself. Now you could also put deli paper on it, turn it over, put a towel on the bottom, just like you were going to iron linen or silk, and put another towel over the top of it, and see if you could start at one side and iron this out. I mean, I think that would be the only thing that I would do. I might go to that extreme. I'm just not sure. Then there's poured glue. Now, poured glue is much more even, and they always, as far as I've seen, always come with a clear covering. And 90% of them I have, except for this one I bought. I'm not sure what, I may have to iron this one. It usually doesn't come this way. They used to all come rolled up, you know, with the opaque, rolled up like a newspaper. I don't know. They tried to fold this like a poured glue, and that's what moved and shifted the glue and the opaque covering. So I don't think that's a good idea. This one is a poured glue, and usually when you pull your plastic back and straighten it out, it will relax the canvas so that it will be flat. I haven't tried that with this all over, you know, so I'm not real sure. There may be ironing involved even on this one. So, yeah. So I hope that, I don't know what the other kind of glue is called, but poured glue has been the best since Diamond Art Club and Diamond Dots and they were the first two. Diamond Dots and Diamond Art Club both came out with poured glue. Everybody went insane because the canvas would relax, wouldn't have all these wrinkles that you had with the opaque covering on it. Yeah, that opaque covering was a nightmare. And sometimes you had to cut it in strips to get it pulled off in one direction pulled, and it would relax then after you got that covering off. 95% of the ones that I bought did not look like this one, okay? I have had a few that, yeah, absolute nightmares, and I won't work on them. But I really like the poured glue. It's on there better. It's thicker than the other kind that, I don't know if it's laid on a sheet and they just put that opaque covering on it, or if it, well, I can kind of answer that. Because back in the day, 3-4 years ago, you could buy a big piece of this kind of canvas and it would be blank and you could make your own pattern. So that's the way that it's made normally. That was all you could get. And sometimes the glue was good, sometimes the glue was bad. You know, it was just a crapshoot. Now, these days, I don't know if it actually says that it's poured glue or if it has an opaque covering. Or if they still, you know, are out there, you know, other than these mystery diamond paintings, because I haven't gotten very many. All the ones that I have gotten, except for that mystery one, have had the clear plastic and poured glue. All right, let me get this out of the way. Now, somebody asked, what are the types? I'm trying. Well, we'll just use this as an example. First, you have rounds, which have round drills. We don't need those. Once I got the drills on there, I'm good. All right. You have round drills, and their canvases has a color behind each symbol that should come relatively close to the color of the bead. that's going to be on there. The theory behind that is that once the rounds are on, in between each one, you can see the color peeking through. It doesn't go in a square to cover that up. So it's left there so that when you look at the diamond painting from a distance, the matrix will come out and you can see the full picture. Did I explain that as well? I hope. Jeez. Now, on a square diamond painting, hang on. I have my examples here. This is one that I did that I got from Amazon. It's from Tin Me Arts. And it is a square diamond painting. It has been hanging for a while, so it's not even, but it needs to be, pushed up or whatever. That glue is still good 3, 4, 5 years later. It's not going to not be sticky. If it starts out sticky, it usually stays sticky. But as you can see, the squares all butt up to each other. Now that's an exception, because like I said, it moved a little bit, from hanging and everything else. But 9% of the time, they're all right next to each other. And somebody asks the question, which is better, round or square? These you have to fiddle with a little bit to get it all, each one butted up right next to the other, and that will happen. So if you start here and they're not all lined up, don't get freaked out. Just keep going. The others will push as they go so that they all end up square and right next to each other, providing that the drills are all even size. And they say the square gives more definition to the picture. I don't know. You judge for yourself. This is round. And this one's square. And this is all pretty much done except for a couple things right here or there. But you have to get back. Diamond paintings, first off, are not meant to be looked at this close. This close. You put them on a wall and stand back 3 to 6 feet. And then you can see the whole picture and what it looks like. It's like an impressionistic painting. I was looking to see if I had that. Now, there are also other kinds of drills. So you have your square, you have your round, and you also have special drills. And it will say special, round, or square. One of those. And this is an early example of a special drill diamond painting. And as you can see, it was crunched as well. Look at that back. No, if you were going to iron it, do it before you put the beads on. Just saying. Especially on a special drill. But I didn't know that, and I just made the picture. Now this is a 30 by 40. You're going to have more definition. This one is up close. So a 30 by 40 is a great picture. This one is, it's about a 20. This is a square. This was the worst diamond painting ever because it had a peg cover and I dropped paper on it over here, so I had to use glue, and the drills kept popping off, and as you can see, they're missing in a few places because they just refuse to stick. So, if that happens to you, I have just a tiny bit of glue. and just put it on a toothpick, put it there, and put the drills back in, and they'll be glued to the canvas. But yeah, I just finally gave up after rolling it out, because you roll it with a rolling pin at the time, and I can still feel, I don't think you can see that, but it's just right there. Just terrible. Not that the canvas is terrible on the back, because it's not. I don't know if it was just a real cheap kit. I think I paid 99 cents for the kit. I wanted to do a square. Yeah, that didn't help the case, did it? Because I had more problems with this one than anything ever. So there are different kinds and sizes. But what I guess where I was going with, definition. If there is a diamond painting that say you want to do, and it is 30 by 40, and it has a little town, and then they got people, and yeah, the picture looks great, and there's lots and lots of definition there. I mean, you can see the street, and you can see all the people and the expression on their faces in the picture. I wouldn't get no less than a 60 by 80, because when you do this, they'll just be little blobs, even if you get 6 to 8 feet away from it. Nope, nope, nope. But this is probably the same size as that one, 30 by 40. But the flowers are up close. You can see some of the definition, and when you hold it away from yourself, you can see like the dark parts of each of the flowers, or what's going on in the middle. But this is the most impressionistic looking of all of them. But when you get away from it, you can really tell what things are. Now on this one, it was an up-close picture of flowers, so I knew that each one of these flowers were going to be very defined. And you were going to be able to see, oops, turning it around, it's on my light pad, see all the things that's going on here in the vase and the back. Yeah. So it was very easy to see, and it's another one you want to look at from a distance. Now, I think I've addressed the difference between round and squares. Which do I like the best? Well, I've started several of both. I like the rounds because, and not on this one, I don't have an example to show you, but I will bring it up close. Do you see how there are no circles? Let me get this behind that. Some diamond paintings come with, there's a circle around each symbol and shows you where to place them. How do you know that that's what you're going to get? You don't. It's a crapshoot, whether you will or you won't. But even without those, you have your edges as guidelines. So I think for a beginner that a round is the way to go. Something about this size, 30 by 40 is not overwhelming. It has good definition. I like that size. I like the big ones too, but it's yeah. I like squares. If you've done like 50 rounds and I want to try squares. I want to see what this is all about. Go for it. Wouldn't get anything any bigger than a 30 by 40 or 40 by 50. I have had both. And I got this great big picture from my granddaughter. It was probably 60 by 100 or 80 maybe or more. Yeah, I think it was about 60 by 90, something to that effect. 100 possibly. It had all the Disney characters. I started it in a square. I got halfway through the whole thing and all these drills start popping off. It wasn't the way I was treating it or whatever. I was rolling it backward. We'll discuss that in a minute. Keeping it out of harm's way. I have no idea, but drills just pop, so I spent more time pushing the stupid drills down than anything else. I went out, found the same diamond painting in a round, and it was fine. So, yeah. And everybody says, well, Diamond Art Club, they're the best. They are. Them, Evermoment, Neon, they're all best of the best. Now, you can get bad ones from them too. I mean, I haven't had a bad one from Diamond Art Club, I will have to say, but yeah. Sorry, I needed a drink. Now, I'm trying, hang on. So, you see how this comes like this, and you would lay out your glue. Now, I don't know, that most of the companies will ship them like this. So, you would just open this up, and 90% of the time, it's going to flatten itself out, like so. But other times, now you can take this with a poured glue, and we're just going to roll it backwards. And you can roll it fairly tight. Your plastic is moving. It's not like the other one. I'll explain that. But that way, it'll flatten it out a little bit, and I would still move the plastic just to straighten it out. And just kind of let it breathe for a day, and then work on it the next day. These, if you try to do that, because one of my subscribers says, no, you can't do that. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I forgot. So I tried to roll this in the opposite direction, which ceased to cause a few more issues. And I could never get this to lay flat because evidently the glue is like raised in places. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to give up on it. I very rarely give up on a diamond painting. Now, another thing. Okay. I'm just got to get this out of my way. Some of these drills, let me pull off a corner so you can see. This one is one of the worst that I have seen. I can barely see those drills. Just barely. But you can also tell in this how the glue is very thick on this in comparison to the other. The other just looks like it was in a sheet. Does that make sense? And manufactured in a sheet. Where this is just nice and thick. That wasn't where I was heading with this. This one has... I can barely read the symbols. And I don't even think that putting it on my light pad will change that much. It might. But if you pick out a dark one, I would get yourself a light pad. Start with a small... I still have the same small... Let me back it up. Small one that I had when I started diamond painting. And it is... If you want a bigger one, get a bigger one. You know, do what you want to do. Is 13 by 9. 9 by 13. It's been through hell. But I'm still using it. And you can buy separate plugins that, you know, you plug into a USB port, which is another great idea. It did not come with that. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But, yeah. But a light pad is going to help you to see. I can't turn it on because, of course, I don't have it there. Nope, it's not there. I got to move something here. Everything. is kind of in my way over here. But those are the darkest I've seen. And that light pad will bring it up a little bit. I don't know. It's just kind of a blur all the way around the edge. I don't know if because it's an inexpensive diamond painting. I have no idea. But just, I mean, if I stand right on top of it, maybe, you know, might be able to see it. But your light pad will show up the symbols better. I didn't know where I was going with that. So just beware. Yeah, you fall in love with the picture. I hear you. Believe me, I hear you. Yeah. I bought 2 Christmas diamond paintings one year, and they were both maybe 45 by 50, something like that. And yeah, it had the little town, and it had the cutesy this and the cutesy that in there, and you know, all this wonderful definition that you wanted to see in a diamond painting. Yeah, no. I did one, and I couldn't see all the definition in it that I wanted. I was just very disappointed. Yeah. So, just be careful. Keep the pattern fairly basic and simple. You know, like two wolves or something, you know, or 2 panda bears. I know, I'm just naming things off. And see how close the picture looks. If it looks like it's far away and it's got all this definition, walk away and save yourself some money. Yeah, because I don't care what it costs, you're not going to be happy. Just saying. You know, even if it's something for $5, and yeah, because you'll end up with blobs in the background, and you know, you can't get any distance away for that to even look remotely like what the picture looks like. So, other than that, I think I've covered everything. So for me, I mean, I float back and forth between special drills because I like to do some of those, and most of those are in the plastic things. I like the squares just because I like the picture, you know, and it was a big enough diamond painting. That's why I bought the tiger. You know, I knew it was going to be fine. Now, Diamond Art Club, you can do squares around. Everything turns out beautifully. I don't work for Diamond Art Club. I don't get paid by Diamond Art Club. I'm just saying. They're the best on the market, and, you know, consequently, you'll pay for the best on the market. But they're the creme de la creme, you know. But cut your teeth on these cheaper ones. There's nothing wrong with them. You know, I will tell you, definitely when I get them, if there's something wrong, I'm going to say it out loud. Because I won't let you go and spend your money on something that is just not worth it, you know. So, and always, I mean, I don't do it. Now, this one, everything was in bags. I didn't go through everything. I didn't look at it all, you know, to see what it was. Or how many, you know, bags. If it had 15 colors, everybody is into checking out their inventory or having an inventory sheet. I've gotten these paintings in the past 3 weeks, let's call it. None of them, oh, one. One had an inventory sheet. I don't know that they do or don't do that anymore. So, just, you know, try out something. If you like it, you know, maybe you'll like the rounds. Maybe you'll like the squares. People are on both sides of that fence. It's like tomato, tomato, you know. Well, I hope all this talking has helped, and I hope y'all find it useful. If you have any questions, I will try to answer them in the comment section. Thank you for joining me today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe And please hit the bell, and that way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless. Bye-bye.